Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of Thursday, 19 October 2017. It's 9 o'clock. It's time for a knife sale. Yeah. We've got a really interesting bunch of cutlery and a couple accessories tonight. Yeah, and I think some pretty cool deals. It is the Christmas shopping season, is it not? And I think there might be some pretty cool gifts in this bunch of cutlery. By the way, guys, I'm going to put the terms of the sale up, and please, please, please read them before you try to buy a knife. We've been operating on Gmail, rob.bixby65@gmail.com now for, I think, 3 weeks, and I'm still having guys respond to my Yahoo email address, which is fine. It makes my life difficult, and it decreases your chances of getting a knife because Yahoo is not reliable anymore. So your emails to me and mine to you might not be getting through. So if you really want to buy a knife that you're sending me an I'll take it email for, send it to the Gmail address. By the way, when you're making payments, either address will work for my PayPal account. So if you use the old Yahoo email, that'll work for PayPal. The Gmail address will as well. Okay? No other changes. We do have those relaxed rules for international buyers. All we need to do is get it settled beforehand. No prior customer requirement anymore. So that is in the terms of the sale. So please read them. Please read them. Please read them. In fact, you can read them now. Here they are. All right, let's get rolling, shall we? First up tonight, a knife from a maker I have never seen or heard of before. Check this little guy out. This is from Battle Horse Knives. Okay, Battle Horse Knives. That tang stamp says BHK. Yeah, eerily similar to Blind Horse Knives, and they in appearance too, actually. This knife they call the Frontier First. It is made of 01 steel, 1/8 inch thick. 2 11/16 is your blade length. Handle length is 3 inches. It is a full tang knife, of course, pretty obviously so. Polished black canvas micarta with brass hardware. Saber ground, satin finished. That is a pretty smoking factory edge too, by the way. This knife is in like new, no box condition. It does come with sort of a standard fold over pouch type sheath, leather construction, nice thick welt. Nice place for this knife to live, I think. The blade steel on this is 01 tool steel. Just a nice little 3-finger knife. And boy, you're not going to break the bank on this one. Very nicely made knife for 75 bucks and 90 if you'd like my edge on it. Pretty sweet deal, I'd say. Next, from Giant Mouse Knives. This is the GMF1. GMF1, not a GM1, a GMF1. These are, of course, the joint venture of Jesper Voxnäs and Jens Anso. So far, the GM series of knives has been produced by Viper Knives in Maniago, Italy. This is no exception. Well, the GM F1 is the GM Fixed 1. Does it sort of remind you of a GM one? I think it does. It's a fixed blade version. Same steel, Bowler N690CO. 2.5 inches of blade, very broad ground, very thinly. Handle length, we're going to say 3 inches. Nicely mirror stone washed. Comes in this here sheath, sort of a flat, sort of wallet type sheath. I suppose you could definitely, if there's enough retention, to carry it as a neck knife if you'd like, but there is a loop to carry it on your belt. Very nicely finished. Sheath also handmade in Italy. Very nice little package. And we're going to say this one is like new in box. It is also 75 bucks. 90 if you'd like me to sharpen it. Next, ooh, I think we had one of these a few weeks ago, but it didn't have the box, and I think the split ring and eyelet were ground off. This is the limited edition ALOX 2015 Victorinox. Does it say? Yes. Victorinox Cadet in that gorgeous cobalt blue. I own one of these. Thank you to my British brother Lee. This one is in like new in box condition. It's a Cadet spear main, 3mm flat screwdriver with cap lifter, 5mm. I'm sorry, that was 3mm with can opener, 5mm with cap lifter and wire stripper. And then the fingernail maintenance tool. Brand new in box condition. You guys know these aren't 25 bucks. These limited edition colors can go, well, some of them can reach 3 figures. This one, not. How about 60 bucks in pristine condition? 75 if you'd like me to sharpen it. Next. It's a Kershaw Blackwash series. And it is an American-made Kershaw. You bet it is. And I think this one's also like new in box condition. It is a Skyline with the Blackwash blade. Sandvik 14C28N is your blade steel. A pristine factory edge. Lockup is solid. Centering is on the money, honey. Flipping action is very good for a Skyline. Got your Parkerized butter knife clip. Love it. So like new in box condition on the Blackwash Skyline, how about 45 bucks, 65 if you'd like me to sharpen it. Next, got a couple of Spydercos. It wouldn't be a knife sale on the TheApostleP channel without a red and black and silver and gold and white box. Oh, this is an interesting knife. First one I've ever held in my hand. This, guys, is the Spyderco Dyad Sprint Run in light gray G10. Check this thing out. It is an opposite end, equal end Spyderco lockback, believe it or not, made in Seki City, Japan. We have a gorgeous full flat ground trailing point blade. Man, that is a pokey tip too. VG10 is going to be your blade steel. And it's a lockback. No matter which blade you have, it's the rear lock, okay? So that's one blade. You flip it over, and we've got sort of a modified sheep's foot spider edge blade. Now that trailing point blade is 3 3/8 inches long. The spider edge sheep's foot blade is 3 13/16 inches long. Also a lockback. Use the rear lock. There we go. Check out that little complexity, huh? Pretty cool. And that just beautiful Seki City hafting. Very nice knife. I think they ran these at like $169 or something. $169.77 was the MAP price on the Dyad when it was in stock. This one is brand new in box condition. I don't think it has appreciated, but I think it should do pretty close to what its original price was. Let's do this one for $155. And if you'd like me to sharpen it, I will do the trailing point blade only. No reason to sharpen a virgin spider edge for 20 bucks to sharpen the trailing point. So 175 sharpened, 155 like it is. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Next, it's another one. This, the Spyderco Southard. The original configuration with that beautiful brown G10. The gorgeous mirror stonewashed CTS 204P blade. This is a factory fresh virgin Southard. Nice factory edge. Beautiful lockup. Centering perfection. And very good flipping action. And I'm gonna say that this is, even though it's on those sort of funky thin Spyderco washers backing up those ball bearings, I'm gonna say that this knife is smooth like butter. Yeah, it's kind of a perfect example of a like new in-box Southard. These are still in stock at your favorite retailer, MAP priced at $257. I did see an Amazon listing for $251. Not sure what's up with that. This one though, and be assured it's a perfect example of a Southard. This one can be yours, guys, for $210. If you'd like my edge on it, add 25, so $235 for the Southard. Next, we have a Lionsteel SR2A. This little knife, the junior model to the SR1, 1A, I didn't necessarily love when it came out, but as time has gone by, it's sort of my preferred SR series knife. It's not huge, but you still can get 4 fingers on the handle. A blade scarcely 3 inches long. This one has perfect centering and super easy thumb flickability with no wrist. It doesn't have lock stick, but it has nice secure lock up. It, I don't think, has been used or carried. It does have one light spot right there above my thumb, and there's some super fine peppery spotting out here near the spine, but you'll have that with slap. Here it comes off nice and easy, though, with the little flits if you care to. Get my fingerprints off of there. Again, just a perfect example of an SR2A. These are still in stock for just over $150, I believe. This one, a perfect example in nearly new condition, can be yours for $120, $140 if I sharpen it. And if I sharpen it, I'll also flitz that thing for you. How's that? Just a little beauty. So $120 like it is, $140 sharpened and flitzed. Next, oh, I know you guys have already scanned the inventory looking for GECs. Well, we're not going to disappoint you. This one comes without tube, but in a knife ship free Main Street pocket slip. It is, you know, it's just a number 47 Viper. Tidioute variety, which I think has become the desirable Viper, frankly. Why? Because you can pinch it open. Pretty hard to do on that slickly polished cut swedge Northfield version. So this is a number 470114 Viper, 2014 production. I think that was the first run, wasn't it? Walk and talk are perfect. Centering is perfect. I'm going to say the pull is a 6.5. That cover material is burnt grizzly bone. So that is cow bone with claw marks in it, and then torched a little bit. Very good looking cover material. A little bonus leather lanyard. Okay. I'm not going to call this like new because it has been user touched up and nicely so. You know, obviously freehand on probably some ceramic, but the edge is not messed with. It's still nice and straight. Just a very, very nice example. It can be yours for $150. If you'd like my edge on it, 15 more, $165. Okay. Next, we have 2 Canal Street knives in a sale. Huh. How about that? First, and leftover from last week. Okay, this knife is misidentified. Thank you, Steve. How about the truth for pointing that out? Last week we called this a Knittler because that's what the model numbers say, and that's what the little piece of paper inside the box says. It is not a Knittler. It is a small 3-blade Stockman, clip main, sheep's foot secondary, space secondary, amber stag bone is your cover material. Beautiful stuff. That is bone made to look like burnt stag. The shield is missing on this knife. Other than that, it is in like new condition. Okay, and we're going to just say this is a small Stockman. 3.5 inches closed. We ran this last week for $60. This week it's a Canal Street. It can be yours in D2 steel for $40. $40. 75 if I sharpen it. And by the way, it has one interesting feature. Polished mark sides, satin pile sides on all 3 blades. Very interesting. Misidentified, odd finish. Who knows what this might be worth from this extinct company in 10 years. Who knows? But tonight it's yours for $40, 75 sharpen, all 3 blades. Next, our other Canal Street. This one is correctly identified, by the way. And this is a 315129. That translates to a 4-inch 3-blade Serpentine Stockman 2014 run. Covered in reclaimed American chestnut and 440C steel. Check out this cover material, would ya? It is absolutely gorgeous. Big old bolsters, highly polished nickel silver. So we got a big old clip main, polished on both sides. Sheep's foot, almost a Wharnish secondary, and a pen secondary. Again, that might be a spade, but I'm calling it a pen. And I'm going to say this one's like new in box condition. It's just got some, you know, some rubs, very superficial rubs on those huge bolsters, just from rattling around in the box, I think. Beautiful, beautiful knife. This one can be yours for $65, 65, 100 if I sharpen all 3 blades. Next, following up on those traditional slip joints, we're going with a limited edition buck. Okay. This is kind of a cool one. This is from that run, what was it, 2015 or 2016? They ran that bunch of limited edition anniversary, 50th anniversary 110s. And this one's kind of cool. It's not, you know, like the Loxa that I have and satin finish and G10 and S30V. This is a faithful, very faithful reproduction of a 1969 Buck 110, and they call this the Magnolia. And the reason it's the Magnolia is that in 1969, Buck's factory moved to the Magnolia Street address, and this is what a 110 looked like in 1969, right down to the blade steel, by the way. So brass frame, Macassar ebony scales, and that is some really black Macassar ebony. That is not laminated. Those are solid single pieces of wood. 4-pin construction, super square corners, not like the modern ones. And what was the steel in 1969? Huh? Well, I think you guys mostly know. How about it? 440C, baby. Not 425M, not 420HC. That is a beautiful knife. And check out the grinds on this thing. Just super tight. Very slightly hollow. The Paul Boss heat treat. Very sharp factory edge, by the way. Very sharp. Absolutely zero play in any direction. Snaps closed with authority. Centering is perfect. There is no blade wrap on this one. And the lock bar is flush when closed and flush when open. Not true of all these limited editions like my locks up. Just a super nice example. This can be yours, guys, for $150, and it is number 426 of 500, by the way. $150 like it is, $170 with my edge on it. I'm not sure I would pay me to sharpen that knife. I'd probably just throw it in the safe, and it does come in the sheath, and it's got all of its paperwork is in the box. Next, we have 3 from the best knife maker in the world. Don't take my word for it, just ask him. Murray Carter, 3 in a row. The first one is a knife I've never seen, a model I've never seen of his. I'm calling this a Burden Trout. And this is in 1095 steel. It has been used and sharpened with waterstones by its owner, just like Murray would do. Handle material on this one, carbon fiber. Very, very nice little knife. I don't think I gave any measurements to myself, so blade length is about 3 1/16, no, 3 inches. Handle length 3 3/8. Stock thickness looks like about 100 thousandths. 3 fingers inside the horn, the pinky hanging out behind. Very secure grip. Comes with 2 sheaths. The Kydex pancake necker. And then a Bark River Bushcraft style pouch sheath. Okay. Price on this little Burden Trout is going to be $275 like it is. $295 with my edge on it. Next, and this is the nicest one of the 3, I think. Oh, man. Oh, this is the compact necker, okay? So the compact necker is going to have a blade length of 3 3/16 inches. And that's all the way back to where the handle starts. And the handle length is 3 1/2. Superb ergos on that little knife with that crowned forward finger choil. Buckeye burl is your handle material with white G10 liners. Brass pins. Those might be nickel silver. The center one is mosaic. This is factory fresh Hitachi white number 1 steel, clad with a mild steel. Just beautiful. The 3C maker's mark on the pile side of the knife, and then the signature on the mark side, show side. Beautiful little knife. This one in brand new condition with a horizontal carry Kydex sheath, and a neck sheath. With the sticker still on it. Brand new knife, guys. Price on that one, that's going to set you back a bit. $380 for the compact necker and Buckeye burl, brand new. If you want my edge on it, some people think, although Murray Carter is the best sharpener in the world, don't take my word for it, just ask him. Some people prefer my edge. So if you want my edge on that knife, $400, okay? Next, we have a more standard size Murray Carter necker. So we're going to have a little longer blade at 3 1/2 inches. Handle length is 3 3/4 inches. This also Hitachi white #1 with a mild steel cladding. This has been users sharpened, and you did a good job on this one, Craig. It's beautiful, nicely sharp. Handle material, yeah, how about a little desert ironwood burl, baby, with thick red liners, brass hardware mosaic in the middle, okay? This one, every bit as nice as the brand new one, except it's been user sharpened on water stones just like Murray would do it, so the face of the blade shows evidence of that. Not a bad thing on a Murray Carter knife. Nice edge. This one's going to be $325 if you'd like my edge on it, and I'm not recommending it. And by the way, Kydex neck sheath. And that comes with a Bark River Adventurer sheath, which can be belt or neck, and it should have a little magnet in it, okay? So both of those sheaths with the knife, $325 like it is, $345 if I sharpen it, okay? I just got too much stuff lying around here, boys. Okay, next. Do I even need to tell you who made this knife? Oh, it says right there, Hinderer Knives. We got us a Hinderer 3 1/2 inch XM18 Skinner stonewash blade, S35 VN, stonewashed handle, Digicam G10 scale installed. Comes with that jade translucent G10 as well. The knife has been used and sharpened. Doesn't show really any marks. The edge, I'm just saying, could be better, okay? We have perfect lockup, perfect action, perfect centering. You just can't beat it. And we have no death detent issue on this knife. Fingers on lock bar, thumb stud, okay? But still, plenty of retention. That was a pretty hard shake. Wouldn't worry about it at all. That's how I'd want my detent. Okay, great flipping action. Beautiful, beautiful example. This one can be yours, boys, for $325 with 2 scales. $325. $345 if you'd like my edge on it. Okay? Beautiful. Next, you just don't see these very often. Another one of them boxes. But what's that say on the end? It doesn't say 18, it says 24. Warncliffe Gray. You talk about a big scary knife. Oh my lord, look at that. It's an XM24, my friends, an XM24. Not a 3 1/2 inch blade. Let's measure that sucker. 4 inches of blade. 4 inches. 4 inches of scary, mean, pokey Wharnie. Beautiful flipping action on the XM24. Big, deep forward finger choil. Working finish on blade and handle. So that's a bead blasted finish that's then tumbled. Scale is a gorgeous medium gray. It just kind of ties it all together. This is in like new condition. Now this one does have a strong detent, so fingers on lock bar, you ain't opening that thing. You got to get them off. Okay. A very strong detent. Superb example. Flipping action, centering, lock up, all wonderful. Price on the XM24, $450. $475 if you'd like my edge on it. Oh, and you know why it's $475? Because that blade steel, M390. M390. Okay, next. Makes me smile. This probably ought to just be Heidi's new knife because it's yellow. She'll take anything if it's yellow. This is a Spyderco Pacific Salt in H1 steel. Where's the H? Can't hardly see the H. There it is. Looks like this knife has been scotch breaded or something. Just kind of got an interesting finish to it. See how the corners are kind of shiny? But it's got a beauteous edge on it. I don't know if that's the factory edge or it's just well sharpened. The handle and clip look completely unmolested. The action is decent. The lockup is perfect. The centering is perfect. The price? $25. $25. $45 if you want me to sharpen it. No box. What a deal. Throw that in the truck, get it wet, who cares? Okay, next. I'm more excited about this knife than I should be. It'll all make sense here in a minute. Oh. What does it say on the end? Reate K1. Titanium handle, M390 blade steel. Hand rubbed. Mokutai inlays. Inside the box. I'd never buy one. You know me. I don't buy a Chinese knife over $30. But just props to these guys. It's not because they don't make a good knife. We all know this story, right? Inside this beautiful pouch comes a microfiber cleaning cloth, extra screws, extra backing washers for the ball bearing pivot, a little microfiber baggie, a Reate Velcro patch. Oh, it's just nice. First class all the way. No disputing that, okay? So, you want to see the knife? I bet you do. Well, here she is, boys. This is the Reate K1. Before I open the blade, let's just take a close look. The titanium is glass bead blasted, but there is a tiny flat between the chamfered part of the frame and the Mokutai inlay that is hand rubbed satin. Then you have a very nicely inlaid piece of Mokutai. This is not hafted either. This is machined and assembled, and it's doggone near perfect. And by hafting, I mean this isn't sanded and finished and made to match up after it's assembled. Finished pieces are put together, and the transitions are beautiful. The clip is keyed into the frame. See if you can pick that up. Just beautifully done. It's got that ceramic ball type clip. I think Mr. Dang borrows that from Mr. Begg. Flipping action on bearings is beautiful. We have a steel inserted titanium frame lock. The lockup is perfect. The centering is perfect. Man, look at that blade. What do you call that? Look at the little harpoon swedge thing going on. Look at this. 3 different hand rubbed satins. Straight hand rubbed on the flats. And then, I don't know how they did this. It's definitely hand done, because you can see the terminations in the radius of the plunge grind. But look, the curvature of the hand rubbed satin follows the belly of the blade. Beautiful. And then a separate third, finer, hand rubbed satin on the harpoon swedge. It's just really a nice piece of work. This is not what I would call a CNC replicator knife. This is David Dang, knife maker, hitting it out of the park. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Like new, inbox condition, 2017 production. K1 from Reate. $500, boys. $500. Again, I'm not going to suggest you pay me to sharpen it. David did a fine job. It's a polished edge. Probably it's not it's not thick behind the edge. Most Reate knives have about a 20 per side bevel. Oh, this would be really nice at 15. But anyway, if you want me to sharpen it, add 25. So 525 sharpened, 500 like it is. Very nice knife, gotta say. Props to you, David. Okay, next, gotta turn the page, my friends. Gotta turn the page. I said there were some accessories, didn't I? Well, here's the first one. This is a set of custom scales for your SE4. For an SE4, they are Midnight Tiger G10 matte finish, brand new. So like 2 different grays and a black, and they come with the hardware. They retail for $65.95 at the Knife Connection. These can be yours in brand spanking new condition for 40 bucks. 40. So if you want to change a pace on your SE4, there you go. Next, well, we have another accessory. Check it out. This for a zero tolerance ZT0566, and it is an OD green G10 scale ANSO pattern. Looks to have been installed, but it's in very, very nice condition. That can be yours for 30 bucks. But wait, there's a way for you to get it for 25. How? If you'd like that scale for 25, well, then you just need to buy the next item, which is the ZT0566 with black G10 scale. LMAX blade, rocking an edge by some guy in Indiana. Yeah. So it's an LMAX bladed standard 566 with an ApostleP edge, barely used since I sharpened it for Ben. Lockup is solid. Centering is perfect. Speed safe action, working flawlessly. This knife actually comes with an extra speed safe torsion bar and an extra deep carry clip, just like this one. Your price already sharpened by moi, $120. If you would like that scale, $145. Okay, that's an interesting way of doing things, I thought. Next. You know I like me some USA made Kershaws, and here's one. The Kershaw Piston. Very interesting knife. Gorgeous drop point blade, speckly stonewash, 14C28N Sandvik steel, 3.5-inch blade, 120-inch stock, nice tall thin grind, beautifully milled black G10. It is a speed safe knife as well. 4-way positionable new style butter knife clip. This is linerless G10. The only steel inside this knife is the locking leaf itself. Plus there must be some little inserts for clip mounts, right? Backspacer, I don't know, that must be more G10. Little hidden lanyard pin. Very cool knife, great ergos. This one can be yours, my friends, for $60, 60, shipped to you, priority mail. And it is a perfect example. If you want my edge on it, 80 bucks. Next, another brand new in box American-made knife. This is going to be a Benchmade 940-2 Osborne. Black G10 handle scales. Bright green standoffs. S30V blade. Factory fresh. I might have cut one thing. There might be just a tiny little roll at the tip. That could have come that way from the factory. You never know. Action lockup centering. Perfection. Really? Yeah, you betcha. As with all 940 variants, it needs my edge on it. Needs the choil extended a little bit. Needs my edge. And then it'd be rocking. They all need my edge, guys. Oh, pocket clip on this one. Parkerized Emerson clip. Benchmade USA. Yeah. Price on the 940-2 is $155. $175. You like my edge on it. We're going to wrap up tonight with 5 from our overstock closeout retailer sale. First up, from Leatherman, is a mutt. And we've talked about the mutt before. We've sold a couple mutts. You get a combo serrated and plain edge main cutting blade. You get a saw. You get some rockin' pliers with replaceable inserts. A whole bunch of tools to service your AR. This is brand new out of retailer stock. It does have the brown FRN details on it. Parkerized frame. There's no box, but it is brand new out of retailer stock. Because of that, this is all you get, guys. No sheath, no nothing. 80 bucks for the mutt. $80. But it does come with a pretty cool little Chinese pocket knife. Arrowhead knives, custom designed by Brian Yellowhorse from Rough Rider. This is a tiny toothpick. I don't know, maybe like a 2.5-inch muskrat clip toothpick blade with some faux turquoise and faux engraved nickel silver. Yeah, that comes free with the mutt. Next, another no box Leatherman. This one, the original Leatherman Charge. So not the Charge TI or the Charge TTI. This is just the Charge. So you have the 154 cm main blade. Then you have, where is it? The serrated blade with gut hook. And a whole bunch of drivers, great pliers. This is sort of the sweet spot in the Leatherman multi-tool realm, I think. You got your driver with interchangeable bits. Now this one comes with no box, no bit set, but it is brand new. And because it's sort of an out-of-box, you know, scratch and dent sale kind of thing, we're going to sell this with with a Rough Rider toothpick, tiny toothpick I guess you could say, for 50 bucks. If you want me to sharpen that main blade, add 20, so 70 sharpen, okay, for the Leatherman charge. Next from Gerber, in blister pack, open so I can show you the knife. Guys, if you don't have one of these in your collection, you need one. Jeez, come out of there, you. There. I love blister packs. I love them. But if you don't have one of these in your collection, you need one. And this is brand new with nylon sheath, made in USA. It's a Gerber Gator clip point in 420 HC, hollow ground, glass bead blasted finish. Pretty nice factory edge. The handle is sort of a hard plastic with a rubber overmold, and this might be the best feeling knife handle ever made. And it is a lockback mechanism, and there's sort of a half stop to keep you from closing in on your fingers. Centering on this one pretty good. So 420 HC Gators, they run about 50 bucks. This one 35, and you get with it one of these. It's another Yellow Horse Rough Rider. This, a genuine split back Whittler. Are you kidding me? Clip main, tiny clip secondary, and a pen secondary. A split back Whittler and a Gator for 35 bucks, and 55 I sharpen the Gator. Okay. Next, from EKA Knives of Sweden, we have a fixed blade offering. Check it out. In a nice leather sheath. This is the EKA Nordic W11, 4.33 inch Scandi ground blade. Not really, because it's got a micro bevel, sort of a big micro bevel. 12C27 Sandvik steel. A beautiful handle. It's a full tang knife, but look, the tang ends here. So in the belly of the handle you get nothing but wood, and it is so comfortable. Nicely checkered in the areas where your fingers grip it. The wood is Masser birch. Brass pins, brass lanyard tube. These run for $146 at Knife Center. I don't think they sell well. In order to expose people to the EKA brand, we're going to sell this one for $75. And it's going to come with a Rough Rider Arrowhead Series Brian Yellowhorse Splitback Whittler. 75 bucks, 95 if you want my edge on it. How about that? How about that? And the last knife in the sale, we sold one of these last week. Another one from Gerber. We sold it so quick I thought I'd just run another one this week. What is it? Well, it's that Gerber Prodigy, sort of the smaller, lighter version of the LMF. 420 HC steel, black oxide coated, combo edge, rubber overmold handle, sort of a modified Loveless thing with a molded in guard. Again, sort of a hard plastic handle with a rubber overmold, a through tang knife, 5-inch handle. MSRP on these $74.99. You can buy them for 50 bucks on Amazon. This one with a Rough Rider Arrowhead Series by Brian Yellowhorse Splitback Whittler. All that can be yours, guys, for 35 bucks. 35. 55 if I sharpen it. And that, my friends, oh, it does come with that funky sheath. removable hard plastic, and then the MOLLE compatible and dangling ballistic nylon sheet. That, guys, is all she wrote. That's all for tonight. Thank you for your attendance this evening. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember, the Word is sharp.